Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm excited to be right here. My usual pickup line, I love it here. That's what I always say. And we're going to talk about pressure to be quickly successful. People say that I've tried so many things, I've pushed so much until I've pushed myself to the limit and I can't do no more. And maybe you're just 25, you're just 20, you're just 18, you're just from campus recently. And personally, I don't know and I don't understand, and in fact I don't even agree with what people accord or with what people record and recommend to be success. To you, what do you think is success? How would you define success? But well, we are here again with Simply Ayuma to demystify that, and I'm so excited to have you, Ayuma, again on my channel.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
What do you think about this whole pressure, especially campus students, not even campus, just maybe a person from a vocational training institution, they are done with their course, or maybe they're out here trying to hustle so that they also get in the corporate world, but they feel like they have done it so much, or they'll push themselves to the limit until they can't do no more, and they feel like, I don't see myself succeeding anymore. What can you say about them?
I would just have to say, like, success doesn't come easy, and that's like the thing that our generation doesn't seem to understand. I can say personally myself, like I graduated and I wanted to go and get my job immediately like this and start earning 6 figures immediately like this, and buy a big house and a car and everything. But like, if you look at the most successful people out here, it took a long time for them to get to where they are right now, So I think that you have to be ready to do the work and start from the bottom and work your way to the top, So I think once you have that mentality already in your head that I'm gonna work from the bottom up, it won't be as hard, So if you're there starting out as an intern, you're only earning a small amount of money, and then
sometimes even you get nothing.
Exactly, but you're getting the experience,
the experience, the exposure, the skills.
Yeah, so that's what you have to put into consideration. Just start from the bottom and work your way up.
All right.
Yeah.
And also they say that people say success is maybe what you give more than what you expect from people. And to you, what does success mean to you, Ayuma?
Success is definitely...
What would you define it? Or what's your own version of your success?
My own version of success. It'll definitely be like, it's more about me, For me, success is more about the effort that I put in.
More about the effort?
Exactly, and the work that I put in and everything.
Effort, work.
Yeah, those are like the two most important things. And like, once you put those two things together, that's when now you'll get like the reward from it. Right. And that's now like where the success comes in for me.
Right. And also, when people are in college, especially in universities, like let's say the University of Nairobi, Multimedia, USIU, JKUAT, all that, there's always pressure to fit in. There's always pressure to acquire material stuff. And I've heard of stories and confessions of people that went to an extent of trying to engage themselves in some kind of a weird sex business, and even others engaged in some kind of drug business to get money to acquire this material stuff like clothes, bags, money to go and club. What do you think about all that?
I think that's just like fast money, and like fast money,
quick money.
Yeah, quick money goes away as fast as it comes. You know, you're not always gonna have your body and stuff like to make money off of. And honestly, that's like the wrong way to do it. Those types of things come in with like other like dangerous things, like you can get like certain diseases and stuff, and you can even lose your life because you don't know who you're dealing with when you're there. Selling your body and stuff like that. So like that's not something I would encourage or anything, because it's dangerous. It's just dangerous, and it even does something to your soul, the fact that you're having to go out there and putting yourself in a dangerous situation. So I just think it's better to just work hard. I think that even if you're looking for money on the side, like let's say you're doing your internship, you can go and like sell clothes, sell whatever, like do a business,
do genuine stuff.
Exactly.
That's what you mean.
Exactly. Just like don't break the law out there, and as long as you're putting in that extra effort, even like it'll succeed. If you work hard at it, it'll succeed no matter what you're doing.
The more you follow the right channels, the more you get good feedback. And also there are these situations where maybe your guardian is not supporting you well, and maybe they're not giving you enough money, especially in campus. I think this has happened to almost everyone. Maybe you feel like the money you're getting from your guardian is not enough. And also, when you look, when you have the picture from where you come from, you don't see hope anymore. And this sometimes will give you a certain conviction in your mind, and you might be tempted and to even to accept these offers, which you find somebody on some online site, they've done DM you and they've told you some shady stuff, but when you give it a second thought, and after you've done all the conviction, you've gone through your life, your thoughts, you actually give in. What can you tell such people, or what do you make of such a situation?
I think that, like, you know, everybody struggles in university, especially, and everything, that like we all just don't have money. Like, it's a universal struggle, all of us, you know. And I think what you have to realize is, like, I think peer pressure is what makes you go into some of these things, you know, just because exactly, like, just because all your friends are going out and you don't have the money to go out, you don't have to go with them, you know what I mean? You don't have to do the same things that your friends are doing, because we're not all on the same level. And if they're really your true friends, then they'll be able to understand that, you know, like, hey, you guys today, you know, you know, like, you guys can find other ways to have fun that doesn't cost money, you know. And I think that's the best way to do it, so that you can still be able to hang out with your friends and have fun, but still you don't have to get into, you know, crazy situations to get that money.
All right, fantastic. And also there's this thing, is it called culture shock and parental distance? Imagine there are situations where I've heard stories of a person who told me that the moment they came to campus, they are no longer in such a closer relationship with their dad or with their mom. They always have conflicts when it comes to finances, or sometimes when it comes to helping them do their assignments and all that. Do you feel like our guardians sometimes try to distance themselves from people that are in college? The more maybe they send you to University of Nairobi, but from there on there'll be a very minimal interaction with them. They feel like you are able to take care of yourself, you can face the world on your own, but in the process there's a lot of students, and I know they are, who bleed a lot, and maybe they can't express it themselves, and they end up maybe expressing it in a relationship, and they end up getting hurt, and so many things happen, depression comes in, and stress. What do you make of all that?
I think that you just have to, like, you know, build that close relationship with your parents. Even though they feel as if you're an adult and everything, you can still be there, like, you know, talking to them. Like, you make the effort yourself, like, you know, hi mom, how are you, blah blah blah, you know, that sort of thing. So that, like, when you build that close relationship, you can now be able to come to them for other stuff, you know, like, I'm going through this struggle, you know, I'm going through that, I need this, or give me advice. Even if they're not able to help you financially, they can at least advise you on the right way, on the right thing to do, so that you're not looking at, you know, your boyfriend or your friend for help when your parents can be the ones to help you with.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good word. Now finally, this is the final question. There was a friend of mine who told me that before she came to college, her stepmother or her stepdad was putting pressure on her to get married. But then she managed to secure a position at a certain college, and she does some side hustles to get some little money to go and pay for her fees. What do you think, or what do you make of such parents who really pressurize their kids or their daughters to get married? And this has reminded me of this story. There was a story on the Wendy Williams show, She said, she was comparing the story to R. Kelly. She said that there are guardians or parents who gladly push their 15-year-old, 16-year-old girls' daughters. They make them act like they are 20, but they are pressurizing them to get in the hands of a man just to get money. What do you make of all that? Such a sad one.
Yeah, that is sad. And I think that, like, in those kind of situations where, like, the person who's supposed to be protecting you isn't doing their job, you have to be able to now talk to somebody else that's, like, in a higher position, you know? Maybe if you have, like, an auntie, an uncle, a cousin, you know, a teacher, somebody who you can talk to and let them know what's going on, and they can help you with this, because, like, you dealing with it on your own isn't going to work, you know. So you definitely have to be able to have another adult in the situation who can talk to your parents and basically kind of, like, you know, defend you.
Wow. And then finally there's addiction. There are people that have come out to say, I'm so much addicted to alcohol because there's so much stress coming in, there's so many things I'm dealing with in my life, but they're just in campus, not that they are married or something. They're dealing with campus stress, and that has led them to start doing alcohol, smoking drugs, smoking even cigarettes, smoking weed, and using some other strange stuff to cool themselves and console their conscience. What can you tell such people, especially in colleges? And even just general.
Just in general, I think, like, first of all, we all know, like, the thing is, like, we all know that drugs are bad. You know, that's the thing. We all know not to do them and everything, but sometimes you just find yourself in situations where you've already started and now you don't know how to, like, get out of it, you know? Like, you're already addicted to it, now you don't know how to get out.
Enslaved.
Exactly. So I think, like, you know, there's actually a lot of rehab institutions here in Kenya. The first thing to do is just, like, to seek that help. Once you know, let other people know that, you know what, I've been doing this, but I want to stop. I need your help. How do I stop? Like, from there, once you accept it and everything, it's easier to move on, you know? You can probably enroll yourself in, like, in a rehabilitation program or something. You can have your friends and family help you, just, like, to watch over you and make sure that, like, you know, you're not going back into those bad habits and stuff. But I think the first step is just to accept that you're, you know, that you want to change, and now let other people know that you want to change and they can help you out with that.
What about dealing with relapse?
Relapse, now that's where you see a lot of people who, like, you know, are doing drugs. They have to have a sober companion or somebody that's with them, like, during their time.
Making tabs, like,
exactly,
just keeping
tabs on you. Exactly.
Yes.
So it's harder for you to relapse when you have somebody that you have to be accountable for. Someone that's always asking, what are you doing? Where are you? Who are you with? Blah blah blah. You know, all those things.
Yeah,
so that, like, once they realize that, oh, at your what party, you need to leave immediately, because they know when you're in that situation, you'll probably end up doing drugs or something like that. So you make sure you have to have somebody that's, like, accountable and, like, you know, a friend, a family member that, like, is always there with you to make sure that you're not going to be able to go back to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what's your last word? What's your last words about this whole conversation?
My last word is just, like, don't be ashamed of whatever you're going through. I think that's, like, the biggest problem with us, like, especially the youth and everything. We don't want to tell other people that, like, you're having struggles that's going on in your life, you know?
It's difficult to open up.
To open up to other people.
But that also reminds me of trust issues. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, it's very difficult to just acquire or interact with someone and tell them about you, what you're going through. So many people die with it.
Yeah.
And especially men and young people like me. It's rare, very rare for me to just come and open up and tell someone about a certain bad situation I've been through, maybe even sometimes sexually. And so a lot of people die with that pain, and that makes them to be bitter. And especially for a man, I realize it makes you sometimes to be arrogant and even just to have a very don't care attitude. And people might think maybe there's something mental with you, but indeed it's just what you're going through.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you say about that finally?
I think you just have to find that right person. There's always that one person in your life that you feel as if you can open up to. You know, if it's, like, your brother, your sister, your cousin, a best friend that you've always grown up with, there's that one person. Not that you just go telling your problems to everybody, but there's that one person that you can confide in and, like, you know, you can talk to. You have to find that person. You really have to, like, you know, create that bond with them and let them know what struggles you're going through. And just being able to talk about it helps you feel better, you know? Yeah.
You talk about it, you release, you unleash
it. Exactly. Yeah.
You unleash of the Lord. And I think that brings us to the end of this YouTube episode, guys. It has been such a long conversation.
Yeah.
Though I had so much pressure to come here, but yeah, I made it finally. God is good. And I'll be posting a certain clip about Octopizzo. Just some few questions, though he did not give me that chance to talk much about it, but I'll be posting it on my YouTube channel just below this video you're watching. And as you watch, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Always a thumbs up, a bigger one. And you subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that red word, and check out many videos. I have so many videos, more than 60, and remember, I'm all about life and life hacks. Check them out. Some of them are very entertaining, some of them are very educative, captivating, excellent, fantastic. Run out of adjectives, guys. Yeah. And with that, see you soon in the next episode. My name is Sakwa, and she is
Ayuma Simply Ayuma. I also have a YouTube channel, so you know.
Wow, she's a YouTuber, guys.
Check me out.
I don't know why I forgot to introduce
I know,
her
it's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
But I did introduce you as a TV host on The Edge.
Yes. Yeah. So check me out on The Edge on YouTube, and I'll see you guys later.
Wow, bless up, guys.